What up everyone, Clayton here, and today we're back with another Skyrim skill guide. Today's video is going to be going over the restoration skill. In this video I'll be showing you guys a brief overview of the skill, perks for this skill, as well as how to level the skill pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and get started. So restoration can kind of be broken down into three different spell types. You have your healing, your wards, and your undead spells. So the healing spells are pretty obvious, they kind of heal you, and there's some spells that can actually heal others. This is pretty much going to be used on every single build, just because you want to make sure you heal yourself so you don't die. Ward spells are pretty much for mages, and a ward spells pretty much what they do is they block incoming magical projectiles. The undead spells on the other hand are kind of different, and I guess they kind of use Restoration's Holy Light to burn the undead and make them flee from combat. With the Dawnguard DLC, they pretty much just added more of these spells to make it so they can deal damage to undead, like Vampire's Bane and Stendarr's Aura, which is pretty cool. So for the perks for this build, there's a lot of them, and a lot of them are good in their own special little way. But let's go ahead and get started with the ones that you might want to get to lower the cost of restoration spells. And those are Novice, Apprentice, Adept, Expert, and Master Restoration. So if you're just using Restoration to heal yourself, Apprentice is probably a good place to stop, because you don't really need a very strong Restoration spell to heal yourself. If you just use fast healings, you'll probably be pretty okay. If you do want to experiment with some of the undead spells or wards, I recommend going up to Expert, or maybe even to Master if you just want to play around with it a little bit. So on the right side of the tree you have the Restoration dual casting perk. I don't really use it if I'm just using this tree line to heal myself. If you're just using the undead spells, maybe you should pick them up because it'll make it do a lot more damage, and I really enjoyed using the undead spells, so I'll definitely pick that up. The recovery perk is really good because it allows you to regen magicka, which is good on pretty much every build. Avoid Death is a funny little perk that I always pick up, and it is once per day heal 250 points automatically if you fall below 10% health. It's kind of a weird little perk and it doesn't really work all the time, but it can kind of save your ass sometimes. On the left side of the tree, there's some perks that is kind of situational. If you're going to use wards, I definitely recommend getting the War Absorb perk. This perk allows you to recharge your magicka when you get hit by a spell. The Necromage perk is pretty good too. It is all spells are more effective against undead, so these work for those undead spells that do damage to the undead, as well as if you're a vampire, your healing spells work on you more since you're technically undead. Respite is really good as well if you're going to use any build that revolves around a lot of stamina, because when you heal it actually restores your stamina as well, which is really good to make sure you can keep power attacking. And Regeneration is probably one that I would always get for any build. This allows your restoration healing spells to cure you for 50% more, which is really good, and you kind of get more of a bang for your restoration skills. So if you guys want to level the skills, there's a couple ways to do it. First off, you can always train. You have two trainers that you probably really want to go to. Danka Pure Spring and Whiterun is the master trainer. You can find her at the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun, but you do have to do her the Blessing of Nature's quest before you can actually use her as a trainer. Colette de Marcy at the College of Winterhold will give you all the spells you need, as well as she is an expert level trainer, so she won't actually get you to level 90, but she'll get you started. If you want to power grind or power level this skill, there's a couple ways to do it, and I'll give you two ways here that I usually use. So first off, you have the Equilibrium plus healing spell. Pretty much what you do is you use Equilibrium, which turns your health into magicka, and then you just heal off the health that you turned into magicka, and you just get full health. So pretty much just Equilibrium to get magicka, heal yourself, and then get more magicka with Equilibrium, and this is kind of a balance, and you just kind of go back and forth forever in doing that. It's kind of slow, but it's a consistent leveling of restoration, and it only levels restoration, it does not level alteration, which Equilibrium is a spell of. The other way to do it is very dangerous, but I really enjoy doing it because it actually levels up blocking, as well as either heavy or light armor, whatever you choose to use, and restoration. So pretty much what you do is you find a big enemy, like a mammoth or a giant, and you fight them, and you get on a level of difficulty that's good enough so you don't get one shot, and pretty much what you do is you sit there with your block, and you block all the spells, which increases your armor and your blocking, and when you get low, you just heal yourself. You just kind of do this over and over, and you're pretty good. The only thing is that you run out of magicka pretty quickly, and you can't wait to regen your magicka. So you can either use potions, or you pretty much just run around on the battlefield until you regain a lot of magicka back. So I recommend maybe enchanting a full gear of restoration cost reduction, so restoration spells don't cost anything, and you can just sit there spamming restoration the whole entire time. But this is my favorite way to do it because you actually level up 3 different things at the same time. If you're looking for a simpler one and not so deadly, maybe use Equilibrium as a better option for you. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe for more. And this is Clayton, signing out.